Greetings everyone, this is FlightSimGuy and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator Action. Today we're playing Flight Simulator X Boxed Edition. I've been down for the past week and a half, primarily because I've been bringing myself up to speed on this plane and also figuring out how to configure the EasyDock camera software. But I think I have that settled, and I think I'm up to speed on the Embraer 195. I'll talk about this plane later, but for now let's talk about the flight plan. Okay, so normally when I do these episodes I usually have everything planned and ready to go, but not this time. So what I'm going to do this time is pick a flight, any flight, and let's go ahead and record it. So what I'm going to do is I go to this website here, FlightAware.com, and this website actually tracks real world flights. I live in Ohio, so let's go to Columbus, and let's see here now. Let's go ahead and pick a departure. We're flying the Embraer 195. Let's see here. Scheduled departures. We got LaGuardia, and we have Newark. Let's go ahead and pick the LaGuardia flight. So we're going from KCMH to LaGuardia, KLGA, and the route is actually right here. And the route is, okay, where is the route? Here it is right here. Helg ETG Map 4. So let's go ahead and copy that. Let's go over to SimBrief. We know we're departing KCMH. Going to KLGA. Pounds, I already have that set. And there's a route. It's already been used by someone. Let's go ahead and analyze and generate the flight plan. Now over here you can also decode, and these are all the waypoints that we're going to be using. Once this is complete, it should also list the same set of waypoints. So we'll wait for this to complete. And here's our flight plan. And here are the details of the flight plan. And I'm going to need to copy down a lot of this information. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back over here. I went ahead and copied down all the information that I needed from the flight plan onto a single sheet. It's quite a bit of waypoints here. I'm thinking all I really needed was my middle waypoint and then my standard arrival. The star has all the separate waypoints in that particular star, so you just enter the star and it sucks in all the waypoints into your flight plan. But sometimes I run into problems with that, so I copied down all the waypoints individually, and I'm going to enter them into the flight management computer once it's time to set that up. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit. As I said before, I got EasyDock set up. Took me about 4 hours. I'm either very stupid, or they could have done a much better job writing the instructions. Anyway, so this is what EasyDock does for me. Here's a pilot. Here's an overhead panel. Here is the flight instruments. Here is a center pedestal. Here's my FMS. Here is the guidance panel, co-pilot, the flight deck, and the landing gears. So let's go back over to the cockpit. Also, what I did was I went ahead and created my own checklist based on all the documentation. I find the checklist that came with the documentation didn't do me any good. I also created an E-Jets FMC programming guide to help talk me through the process. Too much stuff to remember. And using the checklist, I got my girlfriend to do some voiceovers. So we'll see how that works. I haven't actually tried this out in a flight before. So let's run this through and see what happens.
Cockpit safety inspection checklist. Maintenance status checked. Cockpit emergency equipment checked. Electric panel checked. Fuel panel checked. Windshield wiper off. Hydraulic panel on auto.
Alright, so didn't have to do anything through that checklist. So let's go ahead and do the power up.
Power up checklist. Parking brake on. Ground power unit on. Battery 1 overhead on left. On. Battery 2 auto. Emergency lights overhead center. Armed. APU fuel on. APU selector knob. Start. APU generator on. Ground power unit off. Nav light on. Strobe lights on. Logo light on. Hydraulic panel checked. No smoking and fasten seatbelts on. Call ground for clearance and runway assignment. Program FMS flight plan performance minutes and V-speed set. End of checklist.
Alright, I think that went pretty good, so I need to call for ground. Oops. Get a runway assignment. Alright, so I just discovered that the keys that I have mapped to my cameras are also the keys that I use for air traffic control. And that's going to be a little bit awkward, but so far I'll make it work. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to program the FMS. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now, and I'll get back with you afterwards. Alright, I think I got the flight plan programmed. Let's take a look what we got here. I've got to set this to about 12.5. And then using this knob, I can scroll through the flight plan and make sure everything makes sense. Alright, so I think it's time for the pre-flight checklist.
Checklist. Pressurization panel. Overhead right. Set. Rear flight controls. Yoke and rudders. Configure the guidance panel for takeoff. Working left to right. Set altimeter to local pressure. Press FMS to arm the FMS. Activate the pilot's flight director. Set the heading back to the runway heading.
Back to runway heading. We're taking off on 25.
Set the speed knob to FMS mode by clicking the hidden click spot. Activate auto throttle. Press the hidden toggle click spot above the auto throttle button. The FMA will replace FPA vertical mode with takeoff and takeoff threads disarmed. The PF
altitude to assigned flight level.
Press levers. Idle. End of checklist.
Thrust levels are idle. Alright. I think we can do the engine startup checklist next. I can start my pushback.
No checklist. Trim panel.
Trim panel set to 6.
Fuel quantity. Checked. Red beacon. On.
Red beacon
Hydraulic pump 3A.
on.
On. APU bleed air to engine. On. Overhead panel. Dark. 12 o'clock. Auto on. Normal. Pushback. Engine 1. Start.
Alright, while engine... Whoa! Back to 1 here. While engine 1 is spooling up, let's go back to my overhead panel. The thing I like about the Embraer is everything needs to be 12 o'clock and dark. There we go.
Engine 1 generator. On auto. Engine 2. Start. Engine 2 generator. On auto. Taxi takeoff briefing. Start.
To bend your seatbelt, lower tight against your lap. Insert the middle
Okay.
seat into level. Tighten.
Let's do the after takeoff checklist, or after start.
After start checklist. Flaps.
To ensure your safety,
18 degrees. Weather radar.
Located just behind the flight.
Standby.
If an emergency evacuation.
Taxi lights.
Leave all carry
On. Landing lights.
Needed. Oxygen mask.
On. Transponder. TARA. End of checklist.
Okay, transponder, TARA. Where's my transponder?
If you have any questions regarding
here?
safety, or if you'd like something from
This here. Okay. Now I think I did the before taxi checklist myself.
Before taxi checklist. Verify thrust settings with FMS. Thrust rating select. Leave auto. Climb. Leave at climb 1. Thrust level and trim. Auto. Takeoff dataset menu. Leave takeoff 1 selected. Takeoff temp. Set the airport temperature by pressing line select key 4 down. The value is surrounded
That's
by a
right.
rectangle and is adjusted using the MCDU command line. Automatic takeoff thrust control system. ATTCS. Leave on. Ref ECS. Leave on. Ref EI. Leave on. Flex TL. Leave on. End of checklist.
Alright. Now we can confirm that our takeoff data is good.
No takeoff, trim, no takeoff, brake.
Okay, so it's complaining that I don't have proper trim and that the brake is still on, which is good. Because once I start taxiing and the trim is set to 6, yeah, that should be good. Alright, so I can go ahead and start my taxi. So far, so good. Let's see here now, where's my taxi marks? Now as you can see, I still have my external view even with the camera. So I just need to make a left turn and follow the arrows. Now I've noticed something about this plane.
No takeoff. Trim.
Oh, quit complaining.
Before takeoff, checklist. Parking brake. On. Takeoff configuration. Center pedestal. Checked. Configure
No takeoff.
MFD for
Brake.
flight. Press MAP soft key and select waypoint identifier. Vertical profile. Progress. Weather. NTCAS. Set display range to 12.5 nautical miles. Call tower for takeoff clearance.
Alright, so I know the checklist calls for turning off the APU, but I can't do that. And I'll tell you why in a second. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get this bird in the air. Brakes off, throttles up. Nuts. Oh, that cockpit shake is wicked.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. Okay.
Positive rate.
Positive rate. Gear up. Okay.
Gear up.
Bring up 1 notch flaps.
After takeoff, checklist. Landing gear,
Up.
up. Flaps, 0. Taxi lights, off. Passing 2000 AGM in quick succession towards the guidance throttle. 1 AP, 2 VNAV, and HDG buttons. To switch lateral control from AP to FMC, click Nav.
Alright. Had a near stall there. Not sure what the problem was. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick up where we need to be. Okay, this shaking is making turning the autopilot this thing very, very difficult. Alright, just go ahead and keep turning it this way. I need to watch. Oh! Sure, real world pilots don't have it this way. Alright. Almost in business. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at nav disconnect. That's fine. Let's go ahead and turn it back on. You know what? I'm going to use flight level change. Where is it? Flight level change. Right there. I don't need this right now. 2992. Nope. Turn off that. Turn off that. My lateral navigation is off. So let's do that. There we go. Alright, my vertical speed is about 1300 feet per minute. Climbing. Let's take a look at my FMS. Let's do my cruise checklist.
Cruise checklist. Crossing 10,000 feet.
Landing lights off.
Off.
Taxi lights off.
APU. Off.
I'm leaving the APU on. I'll explain later.
Fasten seatbelts. Off. Crossing 18,000 feet. Set altimeter. 29.92.
Already done that.
Get destination weather report. Destination star chart. Update FMC with star in transition. End of checklist.
We're not going to be using a star chart. We're just going to go ahead and fly the flight plan I entered. And we're not close enough to get a runway assignment. Alright, so with regards to the APU, what's going to happen is, towards the end of this flight, I'm going to get a low fuel message, and that's because my APU is still running. I haven't turned it off. And the reason for that is, if I turn this off, the entire cockpit dies. I'll still see lights and stuff on because the battery is on, but that goes out after maybe 5 or 6 minutes. With the first time this happened to me, I thought it was because I forgot to turn on my engine generators, which was the case. But I tested it again, and even with the generators on, if I kill my APU either here or turn off the generator, I lose everything, primarily what's in my flight plan. All this goes back to zero. I don't know where I am, and you'd have to hand fly the aircraft. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I've done research, tried looking it up on Google, tried looking up forums. I spent a good hour and a half trying to figure out what the problem was. I tried every combination, and at this point the only thing I can think of is it's a bug in the software. And I've tried various combinations of these switches, and nothing seems to work. So because of that, I have to leave the APU on, and since I'm sucking gas, if we look at my fuel, man, I love these cameras, it's so cool. Look at my fuel, they're going to be uneven, and they already are. Quite a bit actually. So there's more fuel in the left tank than the right, or more fuel in the left than the right. So I should start pulling from the left tank. So let me go up here, and I think what I need to do is cross feed. Valve is open, and I think now it should start pulling more fuel from the left tank, and that should even us up a bit. Alright, so we passed our top of descent. Let's go ahead and run the descent checklist.
Crossing 18,000 feet, set altimeter to destination.
I don't know what that is yet.
Landing data, V-speeds. Enter. End of checklist.
Alright, so I need my destination altimeter settings and my landing data. Alright, so the destination, first of all, let's go ahead and get down. Let's go ahead and come down to about, there we go. I've enabled the VNAV, and hopefully the engines will come back, keep the speed in check. And I need to look at my landing data, so let's go ahead and do that. I actually have to look up these speeds. V-speeds 195, V-speeds icing or no icing. That's landing. It's 130. approach. VREF plus 5 plus wind component. Let's make it even 137. I'm just guessing here. And VAC. Let's go and make it an even 141. Alright, the weather is 3.41. Winds are 260 at 9. Gusting up to 15. So the winds are coming straight from the west. Therefore, I'll be landing into runway 22. Crossing 10,000 feet. Turn on landing lights. And I haven't confirmed my runway yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 22. I'll do that as I get close to the airport. And with regards to the visibility, it's clear. 10 statute miles. Field elevation 36 feet, no significant weather. Got a nice big wet cloud here. All the icing systems should be on. Let's take a look at our fuel. Okay, we're getting a little bit off balance here. So let's go ahead and switch it over. Actually, that's the one that works. Alright, we're on to 10,000 feet. And the plane's doing a good job of holding the speed limit, going through some clouds. Let me go ahead and run the approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Crossing 10,000 feet. Landing lights on.
Landing lights are on.
APU on.
APU has been on.
Auto brake. High. No smoking and fasten seatbelts. On. Call destination tower for landing clearance. Update FMC with runway assignment. End of checklist.
Alright, let's see if we can... yeah, it should be closer. Alright, we're in the neighborhood here. Am I missing something? Alright, there it is. La Guardia 6. Don't change on me. God damn it. La Guardia 7. Don't change on me. There we go. Full stop landing. So we're done with the approach checklist. Now we're at the before landing short final. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our chart here. Yep. Okay, that's fine.
Embraer cleared to land. Runway 22. Follow the aircraft on final.
Cleared to land. Runway 22. Embraer.
We're runway on final. We want to make sure that we are still recording, and we are. 200 feet. Alright. Yeah, we're really low on fuel. I'm going to make my turn to base. Keep the nose up. Again. runway right there. Another notch of flaps.
4659er, contact ground on
Getting slow.
1.7. Going to 121.74659er.
Another notch of flaps. Go ahead and make my turn to final. Okay, there we go. One more notch of flaps. Not at full jet just yet.
Delta 322 is 8 miles northeast, inbound by OS, runway 22.
One more notch of flaps.
322, Guardia Tower, make straight in, runway 22, altimeter 3043. Delta 322, cleared to land, runway 22.
Full flaps.
Cleared on final. Cleared to land, runway 22, Delta 322.
Okay, this is a shorter runway. I gotta do this just right.
5.
There's a wicked crosswind. I totally forgot about that.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Yeah. I got this.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Auto right.
Gotta stay on the runway. Okay, so
I hope your flight is
I made it without killing myself.
Embraer, contact ground on 121.7. Going to 121.7, Embraer.
This flight was not as smooth as I anticipated. However, I was able to get down without killing myself. Just about out of fuel, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and just park somewhere, and I'll show you what happens when I kill the APU even with the engines running. You know what? Oh! I'm parking right here. I really didn't have time for this. Alright. Brakes are on, engines idle. Watch what happens when I do this. Son of a bitch. Of course, now that I'm demonstrating it to the world, the shit works. I'm a computer programmer. This kind of crap happens all the time. You find a bug, it drives you crazy, you try to show it off to somebody, everything works the way it's supposed to. Piece of junk. Anyway.
Parking and power down checklist. Parking brake.
Parking brakes on.
Flaps.
Flaps up.
No smoking and fasten seatbelts. Off. Engine 1 and 2. Stop. Landing lights. Off. Logo lights. Off. Nav lights. Off. Red beacon. Off. Strobe lights. Off. APU generator. Off. APU
that's it. Oh man, this was painful. Alright, got a lot of video to edit. Hopefully I can get this up soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
See you later, Captain.